Hey folks, Rob back with another Rob Plays, and this time we're looking at Bounder, written by Chris Shrigley, Robert Green and Andrew Toone, published by Gremlin in 1985. There isn't much of a story here, and you're not going to get any microswitch action because I'm going old school. This really demands very good precision. In fact, I've had more fun playing with the keyboard on emulator than on original hardware, and that is sacrilege. So the idea is you have 10 stages, each of which you have to navigate the platforms. An overhead platform is a very unique concept, and I can't remember anyone ever really building upon it. I mean, there's of course Rebound or the follow-up, but I don't think that's quite as... I don't know how that compares. I've never really played that, let alone this. So the basic idea is you want to keep to these grey tiles. Avoid the enemies, and collect the bonuses. So the way things work is... the grey tiles are, of course, the ground that, this layer above the world. And I like the way that you've got the world as parallax. Now, these squares with the arrows are basically like sort of super jumps. It's sort of like you get that square, and you can actually it's like a boost to your bounce. You're bouncing higher, and a bounce takes longer. The question marks. Now, we're in the bonus stage here. At the end of each stage has a bonus stage. These will give you bonus. These ones are about bonuses. Later ones will be about in the actual levels themselves, they can harm, help, or give you some, or be neutral. The ones that help will give you extra jumps, which you use in these bonus screens. Extra balls, in other words, lives. The neutral ones are point bonuses of various sizes, and then there's a monster that will come out and eat you. The one thing to note, which is a bit of a benefit, is that it actually does... it isn't randomized, so you can actually go... Oh, thank goodness. I'm going to admit, I really hate this part of the map, because... you have these monsters. Because the big thing you need to... good. The big thing I find frustrating is those brown mounds that are on the tiles are mountains, so they're like walls that you can't go over. You have to go around, and it's kind of infuriating that you need that kind of precision sometimes. The game can be a little unfair at that. I mean, you might have seen it before, but if you are not careful, you could totally have Jet Set Willy Infinite Death Syndrome, where you'll die, you'll respawn, and you just cannot make progress. I greatly dislike that. I've never really covered Jet Set Willy, and there's a lot of reasons why I don't really like that game. Okay, so you can see that we've bounced up. Excellent. Ball means an extra life. God. And I've just wasted it. I really hate the collisions with enemies in this game. I think it's a design factor that does not work in its favor. I really wish it was just like you're just bouncing along. Oh yes. You're just bouncing along, and you're just having to avoid the obstacles and just navigate down the path. Personal preference, of course, but I think it just interferes. You have a core mechanic, and you want to maximize that, maybe evolve it a bit. I like the idea of, say, you might have tiles, you have to crumble, 32. Hey, I did it. The bonus stage is pretty easy. But I like the idea of this, the sort of mechanic, of moving around platforms on an endless scrolling environment, and having to evolve that in various ways. I think there are moments where the balance is a little off, and the jumping that we're going to see here, you'll have seen me, I probably lost a few on the last game. Oh, that was a silly move. Okay. I would rather have, say, introduced those kind of enemies before introducing, say... Oh, I made it! Never made that jump properly before. Oh my. Oh, we're doing better now. Oh. On the upside, okay. Okay. Alright, so boom. Come on, be, yes. No, not yes, because only 200 points. Okay. Over. Oh, that was close. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of where I think some of the precision is a bit. Oh, last life. At least I want to. Okay. Okay. We're probably close to the end of the map now. Oh. I might leave it there. Bounder is kind of punishing in weird ways that very old games tend to be. 1985, it's kind of at the start of the 64's heyday, like where it's sort of at peak, at least in Europe. And gosh, it's... Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Presentation-wise, I think for that kind of game, that era, the music's okay. The graphics are clear, and that's something I think would have been painful if this game didn't do it. I don't know what it's like on the Spectrum, because I reckon that's the one that would be really punishing. But here, I think the graphics are clearly separated between the platforms you can be safely on and the rest of the world. I think that stuff's done really well. It's just ridiculously hard, and probably one that I would definitely... I'm not sure I'd go back to that much just for, depends on circumstances, but hey, them's the breaks, and, you know, not every game has to be for everyone. So I will take the time and call it here. Thank you very much for watching, as always. If you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. It's a small ask, I know, but it really helps just the algorithms do their work. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. New videos come out Fridays. Subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell, as annoying as it may sound, is probably the best way you can keep in touch with new videos as they come out. I try to be pretty regular, but sometimes doing it manually, you might slip. Do the bell, let it do its thing. And if you've played and you've actually gone a bit further, I don't know if you've played on the other machines, it's on at least the Spectrum CPC and some other stuff. Why not leave a comment and let me know what you think, or about the video in general, you know. Kind of, it's always nice to hear people's thoughts on the stuff I check out, and I'm going to call it there, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.